Good morning, children. Welcome to the geography class of ISC class 12. Today we will continue chapter 4 drainage. We will study from page number 49 to page number 50. Today is day 2nd for the same chapter. On day 1 we have studied the following objectives. First, we have studied about the evolution of Indian river system, evolution of the Himalayan rivers, the Indo-Brahma theory, evolution of peninsular rivers. We have discussed about the drainage system of India, the first drainage system, the Indus drainage system with its tributaries Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Byas and Satluj in detail. In today's class, we will study the Ganga drainage system, in which we will study about the source and course of river Ganga, river Yamuna, river Ghagra, river Gandak and river Kosi. In today's class, we will also study the Brahmaputra drainage system, in which we will study river Brahmaputra and its tributaries in detail. Before starting the topic, I will ask you a few questions to check your previous knowledge related to today's topic. Hope that you will be knowing all the answers. The first question is, which is the longest river of India? Next question, name the source of river Ganga and river Yamuna. Question 3, where are the mouths of river Ganga and Yamuna located? Number 4, what do you mean by a tributary? Give example. Question 5. Name some tributaries of river Ganga that originate in the Himalayas. Question 6. Name some tributaries of river Ganga that originate in the peninsular plateau. And the last question is, name the delta formed by river Ganga and Brahmaputra. Now, it is the time to go through some technical terms which are related to today's topic. The first term is drainage system. The flow of water through well-defined channels is known as drainage, and the network of such channels is known as drainage system. For example, river Ganga and its tributaries form a well-defined drainage system in India. Gorge. A gorge is a narrow valley with steep rocky walls located between hills or mountains. For example, the Grand Canyon formed by river Colorado in USA is the deepest gorge in the world. The next term is perennial river. A perennial stream or perennial river is a stream or river which has constant flow of water throughout the year through parts of its stream bed during years of normal rainfall. For example, river Ganga is a perennial river of India as it has water throughout the year. Antecedent stream. An antecedent stream is a stream that maintains its original course and pattern despite the changes in underlying rock topography. Means, these are the rivers which do not change their direction due to the physical features. The examples of antecedent rivers in India are river Indus, Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra and their tributaries. Means, we can say that the Himalayan rivers are antecedent rivers. Tributary. A tributary is a stream or a river which flows into a larger river. A tributary does not flow directly into a sea or ocean, but it joins the main river. For example, river Yamuna is the most important tributary of river Ganga. The other tributaries of river Ganga are river Gomti, Ghagra, Gandak, Kosi, which rise from the Himalayas, and river Chambal, Betwa, Ken and Son, which rise from the peninsular plateau. The next term is watershed. Watershed is defined as any surface area from which water runoff resulting from rainfall is collected and drained through a common point. It is synonymous with a drainage basin or catchment area. Means we can use the term watershed for a drainage basin or catchment area of any river. The next term is basin. A river basin is the part of land through which a main river and all its tributaries flows. Example, Ganga basin. Or we can say a basin is an area drained by a river and its tributaries. The next term is estuary. An estuary is an area where a freshwater river or stream meets the ocean. When freshwater and seawater combine, the water becomes brackish or slightly salty. The example of estuary in India are the estuaries found by river Narmada and Tapi at their mouth. Next, we have the term delta. A river delta is a landform created by deposition of sediment that is carried by a river as the flow leaves its mouth and enters slower moving or stagnant water. It means that a delta is formed at the point where a river falls in a ocean or sea. The best example of delta in India is the Sundarban Delta formed by river Ganga and Brahmaputra. The next term is catchment area. The catchment area of a river is the area of land from which water flows into the river. For example, the catchment area of river Ganga lies in Uttaranchal, UP, Bihar, West Bengal, etc. Next, we have the term badland. The term badland is applied to any such erosion landscape where a maze of ravines and valleys dissects plateau surfaces. Means such land is dissected or eroded by many rivers. For example, river Chambal, which is a tributary of river Yamuna, has created large badland in its course. The last term is rift valley. A rift valley is a linear shaped lowland between several highlands or mountain ranges created by the action of geologic rift or fault. A rift valley is formed on a divergent plate boundary, a crustal extension or spreading apart of the surface, which is subsequently further deepened by forces of erosion. The best example of rift valley is the Great Rift Valley of East Africa. Now children, let us start today's topic. Today we will first of all study about the Ganga drainage system. The Ganga drainage system includes the Ganga and its tributaries like the Yamuna, the Gomti, the Ghagra, the Gandak, the Ramganga, the Mahaganga and river Kosi. All these rivers originate in the Himalayas. Let us study river Ganga. We'll study about river Ganga's source, course and its mouth. The Ganga rises in Garhwal Himalayas in Uttaranchal at an altitude of 6,600 meters. The river acquires its name after its head streams Alaknanda and Bhagirathi unite at Devprayag. After Devprayag, it flows west southwestwards and debounces from the hills near Haridwar. From Haridwar, the river Ganga flows eastwards in the plains. The total length of river Ganga is 2,525 kilometers, out of which 2,415 kilometers is in India. Rest of Ganga measuring 110 kilometers is in Bangladesh. The total area of Ganga basin in India alone is 8,61,404 square kilometers. After Haridwar, river Ganga flows through UP, Bihar and West Bengal. In West Bengal, it reaches Farakka. Beyond Farakka, it flows southeastwards into Bangladesh, where it is known as Padma. Before falling into the Bay Bengal, the Padma receives the Brahmaputra, which is known as Jamuna and Meghna here. River Ganga, along with river Brahmaputra, makes the world's largest delta known as the Sundarbans. Now children, let us study about river Yamuna. The Yamuna is the right bank tributary of the Ganga and it rises from Yamunotri Glacier at an altitude of 3,965 meters in the state of Uttaranchal. After cutting a deep gorge across the Lesser Himalaya, it flows towards southwest and reaches Delhi and enters the Ganga plain near Tajewal. River Yamuna flows towards the south up to Agra and further down in the southeast direction till it joins the Ganga at Allahabad. The length of Yamuna from its source to Allahabad is about 1,375 kilometers. Now children, let us study about river Ghagra. The Ghagra's headwater is the Karnali river which flows from Nepal. It is of trans-Himalayan origin and crosses the western part of Nepal Himalayas through deep and narrow gorges. It joins the Ganga near Chhapra in Bihar. It often shifts its course, due to which floods are caused in Bihar. The next tributary of river Ganga is the Gandak. The Gandak rises near Sino-Nepal boundary, means China-Nepal boundary, and drains the central part of Nepal. After entering Champaran district of Bihar, it turns to the southeast and joins the left bank of the Ganga at Sonpur. Like the Ghagra, it often changes its course and is notorious for its floods. Next, we have river Kosi, which is the easternmost tributary of river Ganga. The Kosi drains eastern Nepal and enters Saharsa district of Bihar in numerous channels. The river is notorious for shifting its course, depositing silt and causing floods. It joins the left bank of the Ganga at Karagola. Now children, let us study about the Brahmaputra drainage system. The Brahmaputra originates from Chema-Yundung Glacier, located about 100 km southeast of Mansarovar Lake in Tibet. It runs for about a distance of 1250 km in the North Himalayas in a direction parallel to the Himalayas. The Brahmaputra is known as Sangpo, meaning the purifier in Tibet. It means that it is a holy river for Tibet as Ganga is holy to India. It takes a southward turn near Namcha Barwa peak and enters Arunachal Pradesh as Dihang river. It flows in a westerly direction up to Dhubri in Assam. From Dhubri, it takes a southern turns and enters Bangladesh. There, it joins with Ganga and forms the largest delta of the world, that is the Sundarban Delta. Like Indus, it is an example of antecedent drainage, means it has not changed its course due to the physical features. River Brahmaputra is the highest navigable river of the world. The river is navigable at the height of 3000 meters in Tibet. The total length of Brahmaputra river is 2900 km. 7 tributaries join river Brahmaputra. Important right bank tributaries are Subansiri, Bhareli, Manas, and left hand tributaries are Dibang, Lohit, Buridihing and Dhansiri. The tributaries of river Brahmaputra bring a large quantity of water and the Brahmaputra river become wide during the rainy season. It causes frequent floods in Assam and Bangladesh. Brahmaputra has the largest river island named Majuli in Assam, which is about 100 km in length. From this table, it is clear that the total basin area of river Indus is 11,65,000 square kilometer, out of which only 3,21,290 square kilometer lies in India. River Ganga has a total basin area of 10,60,000 square kilometer, out of which 8,61,404 square kilometer lies in India, whereas river Brahmaputra has a total basin area of 5,80,000 square kilometer, out of which only 1,87,110 square kilometer lies within India. If we see the Ganga drainage system, the total basin area of river Ganga within India is 1.73 million square kilometer. That of Yamuna is 3,66,223 square kilometer. Ghagra has an basin area of 1,27,950 square kilometer, whereas river Gomti has a total basin area within India of about 29,865 square kilometer. With this, we have completed our today's topic. Hope that you have understood the topic nicely. Now, let us quickly go through the objectives we have studied in today's class. Today, we have studied the Ganga drainage system, in which we have studied the source, the mouth and the course of river Ganga, river Yamuna, river Ghagra, river Gandak, river Kosi. We have also studied about the Brahmaputra drainage system along with its tributaries. Now children, it is the time for you to take your homework. You have to write the answers of a few questions in your fair copy. The questions are: number 1, describe the Ganga drainage on the basis of following points. Number 1, tributaries of river Ganga originating from the Himalayas. Number 2, tributaries of river Ganga originating from the peninsular plateau. Sources and mouths of river Ganga and all the tributaries of river Ganga. Question number 2, describe the Brahmaputra drainage system on the basis of following points. Number 1, name the tributaries of river Brahmaputra. Number 2, sources and mouths of river Brahmaputra and all its tributaries. Children, for map work, the question is, on an outline map of India, mark and label the following rivers: River Ganga, River Yamuna, River Ghagra, River Gandak, River Kosi and River Brahmaputra. Children, you also have to mark question number 1, second part of very short answer type questions in your book. That is, write a short note on River Ganga. Number 2, write a short note on River Brahmaputra. Same exercise. Question number 4. What is a delta? Give 4 examples from India. Next, you have to mark question number 7. Describe the catchment area, terrain, flow pattern of the Ganga river system. Children, you have to do map work given on page number 56 and 57 also. So with this, we come to the end of today's class. You must see the school YouTube link. You must read page number 49 and page number 50. Very soon we'll meet in a new class with a new topic. Till then, keep exploring. Be safe and happy. Thank you.